Alright, what's up everyone, Duquesne23 here, and I am excited to say that we finally get some Far Cry 5 level editor news, or I guess this is leaked news, and it's of course taken with a grain of salt because of the fact that the developers did not, confirm this, of course. But hey, it actually looked pretty promising, and so the new Far Cry level editor and everything is going to be called Far Cry Arcade. Now, this information that I'm about to say, of course, take with a grain of salt, like I said, because it's not confirmed, but it was posted on a website, and it was a foreign website, so it wasn't in English, and people have translated it. But there are a few things that I want to go ahead and go over on this that I find most exciting. Now, they say in this article that Far Cry Arcade will feature classic PvP multiplayer maps as well as user-generated content for single players. Now, I know some people may get a little bit worried about that, about it saying, user-generated content for single players, and it didn't necessarily say for PvP multiplayer. But if multiplayer is coming back on here, of course they're going to be able to, provide multiplayer, like deathmatch, things like that, in user-generated, like user-created content also. They're not going to just have team deathmatch with only dev-made maps, and you're not going to be able to do that with user-created content. But yeah, so that's really exciting. That basically confirms that multiplayer is coming back, which that is nice. That's what everyone has been wanting. We want to be able to have deathmatch and things like that on our created maps, so that's really exciting. Now, another thing that really caught my eye on this article is the fact that they have said that the developers also announced that the editor will have all content from all Far Cry games from Far Cry 3 and onwards. So that basically means Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 4, and of course Far Cry 5. Now, I'm not sure if Blood Dragon or Primal will be included. Just because those are kind of like, I don't know, those don't seem like like they're not really main title ones, although Primal was a little bit more, but it still felt like just a separate game just getting thrown out there. But yeah, so that would be awesome. I really hope that they do include content from all those games into the editor, so you can really make a wide variety of things if you wanted to. And they also say that even models from Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs will be available in the editor, which that's exciting to me because, hey, that means you can make an Assassin's Creed themed map and use models from Assassin's Creed, and same thing, you can make maybe some city style levels from Watch Dogs, and maybe you can't do all the crazy things that you could do in Watch Dogs, but at least you can use some of the models from Watch Dogs, so you can make yourself a city themed map. Or even just use some of the vehicles. Like, maybe you won't be able to drive the vehicles. If you could, that would be sweet. But if you can't, hey, at least you could place them around on the map, make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more lively, having some nice vehicles and stuff like that on the map. Alright, and the last thing that really caught my eye on this article is the fact that they talk about that they got to play a, level that was created by Ubisoft, and basically you're in like an abandoned mansion, and you have to leave the estate and find an exit. They basically say that it's a lot more difficult than what it seems, and it becomes a horror house. And they made it, they talked about how it was pretty creepy, and in one level, in one room, there was no gravity in one room, and the exit was on the ceiling, and then all of a sudden the next room had a ladder that led up to an attic, and the attic was completely underwater. So that really gets me excited, the fact that you can change the gravity. Maybe you can even modify it, not just have no gravity and normal gravity. Maybe you could change it in between so it makes it look like you're, jumping around on the moon or something like that. That would be pretty cool. And then, of course, being able to, place water volumes. I'm hoping that's what this is in certain areas, instead of just having the water sheet, the water layer, like what you could do with Far Cry 4, where you had to kind of had to have it selected in certain squares, like certain parts of the map. You couldn't just really move it around wherever you want. So this is really exciting. I'm excited that the fact that you can really just move these water volumes wherever you want, and so you can have some pretty cool maps to go with that. So yeah, so basically, I think this Far Cry Arcade has has been unofficially confirmed because of the fact that there's a lot of things on here that, you know, really kind of, you know, hint towards it being real. Of course, there's images being released, which you'll see in this video, and I'm sure you've already saw it, you know, earlier in this video. But it's really exciting, the Far Cry's level editor that's going to be coming out with Far Cry 5. The fact that they're really bumping it up and really amplifying it is going to make it a lot more mainstream. It's going to make it to where a lot of people, even who aren't interested in the actual campaign or the Far Cry games or anything like that, may look at this editor and be like, this is something I want to try out. I want to be able to make, you know, some of my own maps and things like that on this editor. I know, coming from a Halo background, I know there's a lot of people that wanted to try out Halo 5 just because of how incredible the, you know, Forge is in Halo 5, like all the things you can do with scripting, you know, material swaps and everything like that. And so of course this like insane sounding Far Cry editor here is going to be even better, and a lot of people I think will be coming to it. And now that also gets me to my next thing. I'm actually personally creating a website called Player Created Maps, and it is actually up right now, so if you want to be able to go to it, you can just go to playercreatedmaps.com. It is still under construction, so the look of it, you know, the general layout of it is what it's going to be, but like the text and things like that will be different. We're going to make it look more pretty and everything. But basically, you can submit your maps on this site, and I will look at your maps. You submit it with some images and things like that. I will look at your maps, and if I think they are, you know, good maps and stuff, then I will post them up onto the site. I know there's other places you could go to where you could just submit your map and you don't have to worry about it getting approved, and go to those places if you want to do that. That's perfectly fine. I go to those places all the time to be able to play maps and things like that. But this one, I specifically wanted my own personal website just to be some of, you know, like some maps that I really enjoy, that I am excited to be able to play. So I will be posting this database of these maps will be uploaded and updated daily. Of course, once Far Cry 5 comes out, you'll be seeing some content in the Far Cry area. Right now I just have a temporary thing in there, and it's from Far Cry 4, which I was just a test post there. But please only, you know, submit Far Cry 5 content whenever it comes out, and also Halo 5 content for the Halo side of things. So if, you know, another game comes out with an awesome level editor that I want to be able to add, a newer game comes out, not an older one, comes out, then I will add that to this website, and so then you can submit your maps for that content also. But for right now, I'm just keeping a Halo 5 and Far Cry 5. So if you do have Halo 5 maps, feel free to submit them on there. I'll take a look at them, and if I like them, I will put them up on the website. If I think they're, you know, a solid map, if they're well built and things like that, I will put them up on the website. So I thank you everyone for coming out. Be sure to subscribe for more Far Cry 5 content. I will be coming out with a lot of editor content whenever Far Cry 5 comes out, like all, you know, custom map showcases, tutorials, and I also stream on Mixer all the time. Lately I've been streaming a lot of Far Cry 4 just because I'm really excited for Far Cry 5. So you can follow my link in the description below to my Mixer so you can watch me stream. And I just want to thank everyone that donates on Patreon and also is a sub on Mixer. Thank you everyone for all the support. And that is it, and I will see y'all in the next video. Be safe and sound tonight. Oh, oh, the strong don't cry, gonna open up the door.